All right, good morning, everybody. Overall, another slower day, but I was able to find one right before I got off that I was able to get a little bit more aggressive on. So, how did that go? We're going to break down the three trades in today's video right now. Let's go. Let's trade. Okay, so first trade of the day was here on UPST. You can see it's getting nice and extended here. It's hitting on the scanner up towards 20 at this point. I did have to get locates on this one, but they were pretty cheap as I will never buy locates if they are expensive because then I'm just fighting against myself to try and make some money here. So I'm watching UPST, see if we can push up a little higher here up towards the 42 mark and just going to wait and see what kind of move it makes. Can we get up through 41.80? There it is. I go ahead and hit the short here. 100 shares short on UPST at 41.80 and look to add on this one if it gets up to like 42.30 would have been the plan. Another 50 cents higher would have been the plan for the ad. It does not get up there, and a few minutes later I'm just going to go ahead and start trying to partial this one out. So I put 50 shares out here at 41.31. I actually clicked the button after it went below 30 there for a second, but it shot quickly back up, so I didn't get the fill. So I decided just to leave the order out there at 31 at this point to see if it can come back down and get me the fill. There's the fill on the first half, so now we're going to see if we can partial out the remaining 50 shares into 225 pieces. We'll be looking for down under 41 on the next 25 shares. So another couple minutes goes by, does a little fake pop up there, but we're just still waiting and seeing if we can get down below 41. Can we get below 41 here? I will click the button as soon as it does. There, it's below 41. It did make a decent move under there, about 15 cents or so, but I got the fill right at 41 on that button click. So down to 25 shares left, and a few more minutes goes by, and it looks like it's getting ready to ride the VWAP there, so I'll go ahead and take the rest off right there at 40.80 for plus 69 giggity dollars here on UPST. Bit later in the morning is Roblox. You can see it moving down nicely here. I go ahead and get long 100 shares at 30.60. And this one was more of a just kind of trying to do maybe a little quick scalp on this one. I was really hoping for a bounce off of the $0.50 up back towards the whole dollar of 31. But I decided that if it wasn't going to do that bounce quickly, I was just going to take anything I could get, or if it wanted to make even a nicer move here, we could start adding. If it got down below 30.30 into the 30.20, somewhere in there would have been the ad here on Roblox from the original entry of 30.60. But you can see here it doesn't really give me that bounce back up towards 31, even though it is going a little bit back and forth here. So I'm like, all right, if we can get 30.80 up through there at this point, I'll probably just take that quick little scalp here. So I'm watching the ask, seeing if we can get the ask above 30.80. I have the limit order set at 30.80, and I'll click the button if I see it get up through there on the ask. So watching here as it's getting into the 70s there. It's through the 80s. Half a second. I'm going to wait to see if we can get up through there again. There's through again. I click the button. It comes back down. Doesn't fill me immediately, but it does then give me the fill there at 30.80 for just a small ad on the day of $20. But then we had JD, and look at JD here. You can see it hitting into the scanner. It's only at about a 10 right now, and I was looking at the daily chart, and I was like, this thing has the potential to get down towards 50. So I knew that going in, but I also knew that if it did it all on this nice big move here, that it had the potential to be a really nice one. So I was willing on this one if it gave me that type of move to get a little bit heavier. Haven't had the opportunity like this in a while, and I go ahead and start it right here at 51.69. Was feeling pretty good here about JD, especially if we could make that move towards 50. Probably what I did a little bit wrong here on this one was the first ad was a little too early here. If I was looking for 50, should have been looking for down closer to 51. Instead, I get an ad in here in like the 51.20s, and I now have 200 at 51.48. So could have done better on this first edition here. Let that one go down a little bit lower. But like I said, I was willing to get in a little bit heavier on this one, and I started it early because so many things recently have not been making the moves that I've been looking for. So I wanted to not miss this one, and we'll see what it does. So added another 200 shares there. Now have 400 at 51.22, and now we're starting to make that move down towards 50. So I'm going to add in some more if we can get down to 50.50, kind of that halfway mark between 51 and 50. And then if we make that final move towards 50, I will add in the final shares there. So in 400 shares here, but started it only with 100, so I was willing to get in a little bit deeper on this one, like I said, if it made that move. And fortunately, it is going to make that move today. Finally got one to make the nice bigger move, and I was nice and ready for it. So here it comes down towards 50. 50, I'm ready with another 200 shares here if we can get that move. There's the ad. Now I have 600 shares at 51. I'm pretty much flat. So at this point, I was like, I think this might be where it starts to bounce up, back up through 51. But if not, that move down to 50 is where I'm going to look to add in the final allotment of 400. I'm going to go 400 if we get down to 50, just because it's such a nice spot there on the daily chart. It's going to get my average to a really good spot. It's a really nice looking chart here overall. We're so far extended. 2 points here. There's the move down below 50. Add in 400 more shares there. Have 1,000 now, 50, 57. And look at this bounce almost immediately, all the way back up through the last two entries. So I go ahead and quickly take off 75% there. That's actually at a loss, but now we have 250 shares left. Take another 75% off quickly, and now we're in the money, and we're left with 62 shares. Probably should have taken a half sell there on that second one, but it was moving so fast, I just wanted to take it and make sure I didn't miss it, and then it made a nice big move down lower. So there we go. We're already up 144 on this one. We've got 62 shares left at an average of 49.94, so below 50 on those remaining 62 shares. And now I'm just going to see if this can make a nice pop up through 51. I was hoping if it made that pop through 51, it would make a nice pop, at least like 40, 50 cents, something like that. But I also decided that if it didn't want to make that nice big move up through 51, I would just take it off and call it a day, because this is a pretty nice trade and overall a pretty nice day if we can get it back up through 51 here. So waiting to see if we can get up through 51 on the ask. It's pushing up into the 80s, into the 90s here. Can we get those remaining 62 shares up a little bit higher? I was hoping for that nice pop here, so we're going to watch and see what it does. If it pops through 51, there's through 51, and then it just stalls out. There, so I end up selling those 62 right there to end this trade up 205 on JD and up 294 on the day overall. So might have tried to held on a little bit more if I knew I was sitting at 294. Probably would have gone for another $6 to get to 300, but hey, can't complain overall. I'll take a $294 day. Wasn't really expecting that out of today. Wasn't really expecting JD to hit there at the end, but when the opportunity comes, you got to hit it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Check out all the discount codes in the links down below. I'll see you later.